There we go. Now we're on this son of a bitch. All right. Hello, everybody. This is the Xenomorph. I am here currently going to be doing a bit of a series. I don't know if you've heard about it yet, but this is a um, series that's basically going to show you some of the uh, tricks and tips that I've managed to learn while I've been playing in this in Lego Fortnite or Fortnite Lego. How the hell you want to say it? I don't give a fuck. All right, first off, today's today's thing is going to be building the appropriate vehicle. Now, as you saw down there, I was just doing one vehicle. It's right down there. Now, I'm in sandbox mode, just so that you guys know I'm always going to be in sandbox mode when putting these things together. So we've got that. Now, I've got this vehicle, and I've got a vehicle down there, and I have a vehicle somewhere out in that direction. But what we're going to do first right here is we're going to talk about vehicles and how to put one together in the appropriate manner. So let me first find a nice good spot where we can do this. Let me look at my map. I don't have much on here. I just got a few things in a few spots. As you can see, I've gone down here because of sandbox bits. I don't have to do much to any of them. But this is basically what I've done up here. So let's see. Let's head to. Fuck it. Let's head down here. All right. Let me go. Now I've got fly put on so I can zip around. There are no enemies in this at all. And I do mean none at all in this mode. I've turned them all off so that I can sit there and use it to figure out how the fuck I'm going to do shit. So there is that. All right, now we're going to hop down here to Echo, and I've renamed him. Now I'm going to show you a few interesting things over that. But what we're going to do first, we're going to go over here down here to Storm Base, and I'm going to show you because I know this area is a little flatter, and I can set up a spot where we can just do this. Excuse me. All right, going down. All right, let's see. We're going to go ahead and set this area up. I'm going to put a few things on here so that we can do some showcasing on it. First off, this one where it says toys, you've got that. Now, this is the dynamic foundation. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you a couple of things about that. So we're going to set down a dynamic foundation. If you hit lock, you can get some new stuff on it. So you can, not new stuff, you can actually put it in. I'm using keyboard, mouse and keyboard. So there's that. Now I'm going to show you something interesting about this. This is dynamic. I could push it without much of a problem. I don't need to put it on wheels or anything like that. Now let me show you the difference between that and the standard vehicle part. Standard vehicle part, I'm just going to do this. Now I've got 4 in a line there, so I'm going to put 4 in a line here to show you the difference. It doesn't move at all, and I mean at all. That is the big difference between the two. The dynamics, you use them like a hovercraft. As you can see, I can easily push that. I cannot push this at all. So we've got that going. Now I'm just going to quickly bust this out. I did that just to show you. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put more dynamic on here. so that we can do this up. And there is a reason. I'm going to show you how to put together a non-wheeled vehicle. Non-wheeled. Okay, first off, we've got that. I'm going to now go to controls. I've got a fondness for the large one here. So let's see. Let's go ahead and put the engines on here. Now, we've got the large ones like this, which kind of help, and in kind of other ways, they don't help. Just depends on how much power you want to put behind it. And now that's for the primary thrusters. Now we're going to show you something that's known as, we're going to show you the maneuvering thrusters. I've thrown those together. I'm not even sure if I've got those in alignment. Probably don't. So I'm not worrying about it. Now I'm putting two back here, and you'll see why in just a moment. All right, let's go ahead and go into our tools. Now, every one of these engines defaults to channel 3. I'm going to set this one to channel 2 and this one to channel 2, but I'm going to set this one to channel 1, and I'm going to set this one to channel 1. Now, this one right here is going to be channel 2. This one's going to be channel 2, and this one right here is going to be channel 1. Oh, I already got that one. Channel 1 here. Now, watch what happens. Now, we all know primary thrusters. Bam, I hit that. There we go. Now, I'm going to hit channel 1. Channel 1 will spin that way. Channel 2 will spin it the other way. That's just so that you understand that. Now, we're going to do something new. We're going to go ahead, we're going to put in large balloons. I put that in the wrong spot. Let me break that. There we go. Take 2. There's the 1. There's 2. And I got it right on the end. There's 3. And you notice it started to shift a little bit. So we're going to get these over here done. And I'm going to show you something about that. All right. Now, they default to channel 4. So now I've hit it. You see, I've lifted completely up. I'm on a dynamic, which means when I land, it's going to slide. Now, let me show you what happens when I spin now. See how it spins? That's why I've got it split like that. Now, on these, it is in our benefit to not do much anything. As you can see, I've got decent maneuverability. So now I'm going to flip this sucker all the way around. We're going to go over there to the balloon real quick, just for the fuck of it. Now keep in mind, you can tap the thrusters, and it will help. Now there's one thing I did not put on this that I normally do. I have not done it yet, but I will. Now you hear all that grinding, right? That's the dynamic platforms are shifting against each other. And you're going to see something else when I land. Smack. There we go. Now watch. I got no thrusters. I put it in. But you can see I can do some turning. as long as I'm not stuck on anything. My thrusters won't push me forward, but there is that. So I'm going to get out of this. We've got that. I showed you that little tiny bit. Now we're going to put in the other thing that I normally put in. Now, I will usually use something like this, like the seat back, and I put it right up against the driver's seat. And then I do this. A single small thruster. That way, when I thrust, I don't have to be all the way to the back. I could be like this and looking around, and I could tell when my forward thrust has stopped. And there we go. It has stopped. So now I can hit it again. Now this is generally the hovercraft. One thing I don't like about this is it does not in any way, shape, or form conform with what should and should not be with noise. Because it is... Oh goodness, I'm lost. Where is it? Goodbye. I think I did. Or I'm right above it. Probably right above it. Anyway, we'll see. Yes, it's smashed because there's no landing gear. All right, where is it? Oh, control. I could flip this all day long. Oh, I glitched there. So we're just going to hop out. That's one of the biggest problems when it comes to the dynamic. It does not like much of anything. And it's always trying to shift against itself. So that's just a quick note on that. Now let's get into an actual vehicle. All right. That's where I gotta go. I gotta go this way. Let's do an actual vehicle. All right. We're gonna create a quick, down and dirty, we're not too worried about what the fuck we're doing kind of a vehicle. So I'm gonna come up back over here. I'm gonna come up here to this flat area up here, make it a lot easier for me. Now, I just wanted to show you that just so that you had an idea of why I don't use the dynamic. The dynamic is great for things that need to shift angles slightly or things like that, but it's not good for general use. And we're going to make a small vehicle. I just wanted to make sure that you were very much aware of that. So let's look at this. We're going to make a decently small vehicle. So I'm going to put that on there for right now. And then we're going to put a larger back end. Put this larger back end on it. Basically, we're going to make a bit of a pickup truck. All right. You saw which ones I used? I used initially... Wait, was that the 8? Let me double check. No, wrong item. There we go. Let's look at it. We used the 12 by 8, and then we used the 20 by 16. That gives us this basic framework. Now we're going to go into here, and now we're going to make this a low riding, easy to work with one. Now let's see if the 2 by 8 is the correct one. All right, there we go. Now, if you'll notice, the beveling on the nose, I put it right behind. I have learned from multiple problems. If you are moving too fast and it's over the very edge of that, it can many times break right off without breaking any of the other stuff. It's weird. I don't know if that was just a glitch at that time, but that is what has happened. So now we're going to go back to this. And now I like to line up on these caution things because it makes it so much easier to be able to get things to sit right where we want. Now we're going to make this 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8-wheeler. We're going to make this an 8-wheeler basic transport. Now you notice which ones I'm using. I'm using the 8x. I'm not using the others. Now I could make it a 10-wheeler if I decided to put another one there, but right now I don't think we need to do that. So now let's go back to the controls. Now we're going to put large powered wheels on this. It is the most heavy duty of all the wheels. Now, see what I just did there? I went down. I'm now where it needs supporting piece. 1, 2. Go over. 1, 2. That centers it directly on the piece for that. Now, looks like I can't put that there, so we're going to be dropping down to a different size. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Now we're going to do this. I got that right on that. I always check it, even if I think I get it right. I always check it. So we're going to take out this inner axle. So we're just going to have these axles right here. Now that's our 4 main drive wheels. Now we need to get our steerables, which are the same thing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2. There we go. Off, 1, 2. So I put that up a little higher than I meant to. So now we're going to do this. And there we go. Now, anything that is on the left side of the vehicle is going correct direction. That goes forward. Everything on the right side, we're going to have to flip its direction. Now keep that in mind. I don't know why they do it that way, but that's the way they've decided to do it. Now that we've got the wheels in place, I can get rid of this. Now we've got our wheels on the ground. So if you decide to keep batteries, if you decide that you want to keep the power cells, aka the batteries, as part of the group or crew or what have you, go ahead. You'll definitely need one of these. Now I put one in usually, but not all the time. So there, I've got an engine right there. We're going to go with that size. Now let's see. It only has 4 in it. The medium, which is this one, I'm just going to show you real quick. And yes, you can stack these. You can stack the engines together on one bit. That gives 2, and that gives 1. So yeah, they reduced it by a bit. But like I said, you can stack the engines. You can put one there, one right behind. Hell, you can make a whole line of engine if you felt like it. Now, what I put in right here in front of it, once you are able to, out of the Majestic Manors Recreation, once you are able to use the simple trunk and put it right behind it twice. Now that, if you are using the power cells, those are your battery storage trunks. All right. After that, like I said, I've got a penchant and like for the large ones, which there we go. And then right behind that, I put usually this. Note the word usually. Occasionally I put a few other things in there instead. But there we go. Now we've got the main cabin done up. Now, because I've already put in this, I can go back and grab it again. Now, the reason I'm putting in another one, and you'll see in just a moment. Actually, we're going to put it in this way. Fuck it, we're going to put it in this way. No, we're not. We're not. We're just going to put this right here on the end. All right, we're just going to put this right here on the end. And that's going to be a toolbox. Basically, what we're going to put in there, I will show you. And I always balance it out. I always balance it out. So what we would normally put in that would be a wrench. So let me go ahead and put that in real quick. I'm going to put in a wrench in here. Now I'm going to go to inventory and I'm going to go to wrong one. Try again. Take 3. There's my index. Let's go to tools. Another thing I put in there is I put in add. And we're going to add that in. Oh, that's metal fishing pole. That's not what I meant to grab. Whatever. Let's look. Wait, why did that happen? All right, I gotta look. Because I didn't look at the right spot. There we go. All right. We're just gonna toss that out. There, that's out of there. We put in a wrench, a gem, a fishing pole, and we put in two more tools. We have 2 more tools we're putting in. We're going to put in that. And the last thing we're going to be putting in, where is it? There's the machete. Now we're going to put in the machete. All right, we're going to put in that. There we go. And now we're going to put in the machete. Now that we put all that in here, okay, we've got all this in here, you can actually use the bus depot one, which would probably be a little bit more appropriate at this point. But still, better yet, let's do that. Let's go ahead and do that. All right. I'm just going to break that out. And we're going to go to here once again, go into storage. We're going to drop down. That's fridges. It's not where we're going. We're going below fridges, closets, dressers. Get the Battle Bus nightstand. All right, we're going to put the nightstand there. All right, let me get this out of. Yeah, I know it's full. It's full. All right, we're going to open this up. We're going to put the gem fishing rod in there. Yeah, no, I can't get the planks. Right. Get up here. No, it's just being difficult at the moment. Let's see, I've got a wrench and some other stuff. You know what? Let's just move this out of the way real quick. All right, there we go. All right, we're going to come back here. We're going to grab gem shovel real quick. Put the shovel in there. The wrench. put the wrench in there, get the machete, put the machete in there. These are your 4 primary tools. There we go. Once you put in the 4 primary tools, you've got that. And keep in mind, you do want to balance at all times. You want the same things on each side. Try to keep it as symmetrical as possible, because when we go to lift this sucker up to fly, it's going to be critical. So now that we've got that done up, I'm going to go back into inventory and I'm going to quickly grab, where's my wrench? Probably in here. Let's see. Yep, there's the wrench. We're going to add the wrench in there. Yeah, it puts it in gadgets, but it's not what we really do it in. So we've got that. We've got that. Now, we're going to go here. Before we do anything more, we're going to go down and we're going to put on chests. Let's do this emerald style. How about that? So we're going to line this up. That's the midpoint right there. So I'm going to do that. And we're going to put 2 chests on this one. Now, here's the good part. You could put a 3rd one or even 4 on each of these. But we're not going to do that today. We're going to actually make this so that others can sit with us. Now, I like the medium seats because they are actually quite helpful. And I'm going to center it on those. Now we've got it so that you and 2 others can be on this thing and go about how your day is. Now we're going to go back to vehicle parts. Now note the order that I put this in. I put this in base, axle, wheel, remove the rod, remove the jack. Then I put in the engine area, and right behind the engine area, I put in the driver's seat. Now we're going to go back to here, and we're going to go into controls, and we're going to put 1 thruster there, just like I was shown before. Now we're going to put 1 there. We're going to put 1 there, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to fill in with 5. We're going to do 5. Now you can put 6 small ones there without an issue. But we're also going to put 1, oh, wrong direction, there we go. Put 1 there. Put 1 there. Put 1 there. Put 1 there. Put 1 there, and put 1 there. Now we're going to switch back over to this. This is going to be 1. This is going to be 1. This is going to be 2. I'll show you in a little bit. Make this number 2. Make this number 2. Make this number 1. Now these back here I don't have to mess with. Now like I said, I've only put 5 on here. I could put a 6. Or I could put a single large one in the middle of all that and really kick it up. Now 3 small ones will equal almost the same thrust as a large one. So we've got that. Now we're going to go ahead and put a roof on this one. All right? We're going to put a full-size roof on this one. Now, I'm going to check to make sure I can still get in and out. I can get in and out. There we go. Now, you can see we've got some decent movement. Now, if you need to turn faster, tap your thrust, your forward movement. When you do that, you can turn a little bit easier and you're not racing and sliding as you turn. But there we go. We've got all this. As you can see, I'm moving around very nicely. It goes over most rocks and debris easily. And we have not even put any guards on. Now, I normally will put guards on, but there's that. Anyway, on this roof, we're going to put one simple, interesting little thing. Now, you can pause this at any time to re-figure out what you're doing while you've got your game up. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a recycler on top. Now, here I don't have to worry as much about it, but I'm going to show you some of the things I can do with it. I've got a full thing here. I could dump all this because I don't need any of it. So let's just dump all this. I don't need any of this, so it's like, whatever. It's because I've got full access to everything. I've turned off the need. I've got infinite, whatever you want to call it, supplies. So I could just drop all this all day long, and it's not going to be a problem. I'm always going to have it. So let me show you. Now, I know you know what a recycler does, but one thing you may not always get in your idea is that the recycler is that when you're out exploring, which this is basically what this is a hauler. This is a local hauler. And with a local hauler, you've got so much you can do. Not everything you can do, but you've got so much you can do. And when you're out and about, you might end up running into a bunch of enemies, skeletons, God only knows what. All right, let's see. That's too big. So we're going to go with the smaller one. So there we go. I put a nose on this. So while you're out and you end up getting a whole bunch, you run into a bunch of things, skeletons, enemies, all that stuff, you're going to find that you may be overloaded in either your chests or on you on things that you can recycle. So I highly suggest doing that. Now that we've got this, we're going to start doing wrong one. We're going to start doing the balloons. Now I'm going to put the balloon directly up against the engine. Now I'm going to show you something real quick. You see the size of this square? Let me get up here. Give me a minute. Let me get up here. See the size of that square where it's open and then you see the grid checking? As long as the object that you are putting in together does not go above your height by much, we're talking your height or slightly above, you can put it directly next to a large balloon for it to deploy. If you do not, it will go pop very, very quickly. So, with that in mind, I can put a balloon right in between those two chairs. Because as you can see, if I put it right next to these, to this, it would go pop. The balloon would explode. So I like to put it in line. So let's show you what I do. Lifts me up. I'm going up much faster in the front. So that means I'm going to need some supplement stuff in the back. So let's figure this out. Now, I cannot put it anywhere on these corners. So that means I have to get rid of this one right here. And now we're going to put a pair on the corners and see what that does. This is part of your tweaking, adjustment, and everything. It is necessary. It is absolutely necessary. Now I'm going up too quick on the back. So, now keep in mind, as you go to land, you can redo over and over and over. So now that I know that, we can get rid of that, and now we're going to put the deployable back where it was, but we're going to put it down on the very end. Now, to supplement that, we're going to put, oh, wrong one, haha, whoops, I meant to put a deployable on there. All right, let's put the deployable one there. Put one there, put one there, put one there, and put one there. Now, let's see how well I do this. Going up, still go, oh, nope, nope, nope. There we go. Now we're almost perfectly level. Now we're no longer perfectly level. So I'm betting I could take 2 of those balloons down. Now that's the issue we're going to have with that. So this is why you do this last. So we're going to take out that balloon, and we're going to take out that balloon. Now we're going to take a look once again. Now I know we're going to rock a little bit, but now we're pretty much balanced. Pretty much so. We have a slight nose down. That's actually a little bit more than a slight nose down. So let's drop this. Let's drop this. So now we're going to move this balloon forward by 1. So instead of being, get up, thank you. Oh, where am I? There I am. Let's get into fly mode. Instead of being right up against the engine, we're going to move it out the 1 tick forward. If that doesn't work, then we're going to be moving a small balloon to probably right there. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this goes. Going in, going up, balance, kind of. We'll probably balance a little bit more in a moment. Well, let's see how flat we are. And we have a slight down. Now, with that slight down, I could just move the large one back. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to see if that will help. So now we're going to get out. We're going to move this one back 1. It was there. We're now going to move it to there. Oh, let's see. Give me a quick second. I'm going to yap at somebody here real quick. I just got messaged. So hang on real quick. All right. Oh, let's get the right person. Yay. There we go. All right, we got that. Sorry about that. Yes. Person that will know this will know that I just said much so. He'll laugh at me when he realizes this. Now we've got a back or a front tip forward. We're going to do this again. Watch, and almost perfectly level. Very faint downswing. If I move that large one back any further, the chances of it being correct will be wrong. Now, let's test our thrusters. Thruster, forward thrust. We're going to go to the right, go to the left, Now, you see how we're moving forward, right? All right. Now watch this. I'm going to hit forward thrusters. I'm going to give us some good speed. Now watch what happens when I hit left and right at the same time. I come to an almost dead halt. That's why I have the two facing forward so that when you turn, it spins you a little easier, but also it lets you do that. It'll let you go backwards while keeping you basically stabilized going from left to right. So we've got that. And as you can see, I can continue backwards this way. So we're going to continue. And now we're going to stop. And now we're going to drop. So now you've got the basics of a flying, generally a decent flying transport explorer. Now, I'm going to show you one other thing about the thrusters that you'll like. So I had a little bit of trouble going up that hill. Let's do a different hill. I'm going to show you what happens. Now we're going to go down this hill into the valley itself. We got some decent movement there. There we go. Now we've gone into here. Now we're going to turn it around. Watch carefully. Watch carefully. I'm going to turn back. We're going to go back this way. And we're going to go forward. Now we're going to go up this hill right in front of us. Watch what happens as we try to go up it. We're going to slow down heavily. See how we're slow? We're slow. We're slow. Thrusters. Now we can get up it quickly. It allows you to go up on these things. So that is generally a wonderful way to go about things on that. So there we go. Now we've got our very first local roving. Whoa, I hit that tree and I didn't mean to. Let's go. Oh, and I broke my thing on top. How about that? Didn't mean to, but it happened. Good thing is when it breaks, you pick it all up. So we're going to come all the way back up here in the open area so we know what we're doing. We've got that. Now we're going to stop. We're going to get off. We're going to go up here. We're going to put the thing right back on. I usually don't put it at the very top. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to change our design real quick. I'm going to get this top piece off. We're going to change our design just for a quick moment. And because we are changing the design, we're going to have to rebalance our balloons. So we've got that. We're going to move these. We're going to put the gem chests back. Now this is as long as you have gem chests. We're going to put one there. Now we're going to turn that. Thank you. Need sporting piece. Turn that. All right, it's not letting me get right up against it. It should, but it's not. So we're going to do that. Now we're going to move this over because we have to keep it balanced. This is the wonderful fun stuff about designing. So we've got that. Now we're going to put the recycler. I can't put it directly there. So we can't put the recycler there. We're going to change where the recycler is. We're going to take that out. We're going to put the recycler up here at the front. We're still going to leave it at that point. We're going to leave a gap so we don't accidentally use the other one. And back here, we're going to go ahead and put in a medium engine this time, because I think that's actually going to fit. It did not fit like the way I was expecting. So we're going to put one engine there. And we're going to put the under engine there. Like I said, we could stack them. One there, one there. There, we've got it stacked. Now we have an open top. Now we're going to check our balloons once again. We're a little ass heavy. Let's see what it does when we get all the way to our maximum. See what it does. It is not balancing the way it should. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move this balloon back. Going to move this balloon back to where it was. Right there. Going to move that balloon back to where that was. And we're going to move this one out one. This is all about how the design works. And since we realized we had a design flaw, we are fixing it. Now, let's go up. Almost perfectly flat initially. Let's see if it balances back out when we get done. If not, we're going to have to make a couple more adjustments. All right, there we go. Almost perfectly level. And there we go, a simple fix all the way around. Now let's show our thrusters once. Thrusters push slightly nose downward. Let's turn around. And let's go down. Now, since we've got wheels on here, I'll be able to pretty much bounce right on top of it. Now, the highest point is just above our head, which makes it really easy. And as you see, we have our tools there. We have two chests there. Our engines are in the back. If you want to put more seats in, put them right here in front of these bits right here. So let's go ahead and do that since, well, we can. So we're going to put one seat there, get myself on this side, and we're going to put one seat there. Again, it is now a 3-seater, and I'm going to go into here real quick. We're going to pick up some materials, and we're going to add multiple. So we're going to grab 10 right now, and we're going to do it a second time. Now, we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 in there. Grab that up. Come on. Where's, there they are. There we go, 1, 2. And then in the back one, 1, 2. And then one, 2, 3, 4. Now we can pick that sucker up. Oh, they are really stacked. Now we're going to put them in here and in there. Can I pick either of these up? Now we've got the full thing there. And not that you need to, but make a note how this works. All 4 of these are going to come in. This is what happens when you break them down. Bang, you get all that back. That's, what, 160, 200. Takes 50 of these. So yeah, there we go. Now we've got that. These are full, full, full. It's like a large one, but it's 2 medium ones. We've got our battery chests right here are full. That one and that one. We have, wrong item. I keep getting underneath the thing. We've got our tool chest on one side. Now on this side, I would put that. On this side, I would put extras of these. So there we go. You are completely full with everything you need on that. It is a direct, rapid movement roller. It's low to the ground. It does not flip easily. It does not flip easily. You've got decent amount of thrusters on here. You can turn, you can fly. The only thing you can't do is swim. So, yay. Other than that, folks, we are done here. So, there you go. Enjoy. I have not put any lights on here. Put the lights on it that you want. I have a penchant for, I have a uh, happiness for very specific ones. So, you know, let's go ahead and do that before I finish. I'm sorry. Sorry for sitting there making you think that we were actually going to be done. So let's put our lights on here real quick. Now that we got all this other stuff on here, let's put our lights on here real quick. One light there, put one light there, and my favorite backlights, let me show you what they are these. You're going to like it when you see it. One there, and one. No, 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 no. And put one there. And there we go. Now the vehicle, as I like to have it, is completely done. When you do the other vehicles, I just thought about this. This is the basic pattern of how to make a vehicle all on your own. Um, it's a decent setup. It works well. Uh, it helps in many, many respects on getting things done up. Let's go ahead and put that on there. That's just to sit there and protect the front. You don't really need it for the back, but there you go. Anyway, there you go. I'm sorry it's kind of a bit of a ramble, but this is how I think when I try to do all of these to get all this done up. But there you go. It is a fully operational three-seater Explorer, and there you go. So, anything else you want to deal with that, please take a look at it. You've got the basics of it. You see how to make it fly. Next time, I'm going to show you how to make one of these suckers swim. So, I will catch you later. Thank you very much.